All right, you and Billy are wrestling again, and this time it's on free for all in your house. Cold day in hell. Billy hits you with the DDT. We're gonna go to the clip on this, and he gets the win. You kind of talked about this already, but we'll continue a little bit more. Talk more about how much you enjoyed wrestling Billy. Things were just
Man,
clicking at this
I
point.
I did love Billy, and look at our timing was really good together, like, everything was smooth. He's a great, bumper and feeder, like, for and that's why I like that finish of that match, is we just got into my comeback, like, it was just bam, bam, shoot, go for a backdrop, DDT, oh, and so I like the out of nowhere, aspect of that finish. But, yeah, I loved working with Billy, like, he's a great athlete. He's all man and a yard wide. He seems to be in better shape today than he was then,
Yeah.
but he was in great shape and he could do anything. And man, we just kind of got on the same sheet of music really early on when we got in the ring, both against each other and next to each other. We just kind of clicked, man. And we had that secret this wasn't a secret. It's just we could communicate without communicating. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like I knew where he was going to be and what he was going to do and where he was going to go. And he just felt the same way with me. And it didn't get that way overnight, but it got that way. Billy's a big, coarse, hard man. Like he's a cowboy for real. Like he really got like a scholarship to college for riding bulls. Like not just anybody does that. You know what I mean? Like you ain't doing that hanging out at the Dairy Queen. But he was riding bulls, so he's a strapping man. You know what I mean? And he could go. I know it sounds like I love him, but I do, I do. And like if we could get a room somewhere, maybe have some lunch.
So most people would probably be frustrated with 50-50 booking. You guys are trading wins at this point. Knowing that the friendship is building at this point, knowing that the chemistry's coming together, is this something you kind of almost appreciate knowing that hey, he gets one, you get one, and you're kind of both helping build each other a little bit?
Yeah, look, we always were. Neither one of us were ever selfish. Um, so this will probably make some people mad at me, but look, I love wrestling, but I understand it is was my job. Now, was it my dream as well? Of course, but it's my job. I wasn't the one that cared about getting beat. I literally one time in my career went along with somebody, and I'm sure that story will come out as the podcast roll. Uh, Only one time did I ever say, yeah, I'm not doing a job for them. I'm not putting them over. And I didn't even say it then. I just went with the person that did. We'll talk about that at a later date. But I didn't care about wins and losses. But you're right. Me and Billy were very especially with each other, not selfish. And we were like, holy crap. So I get one, you get one. We're still in the story together. There's got to be a third match, right? There's got to be a rubber match
Yeah.
to see what happens. And so yeah, it just meant some more longevity, some more TV time for me and Billy.
So on the road, you start working Mankind and Crush, and then more matches with Billy, with him going over on you. Can you explain the difference back then to working house shows compared to working TV?
Yeah, well, look, only reason it doesn't stand still today is because nobody's doing house shows. But house show match and TV match, 2 totally different things. And I'll even add that uh, big pay-per-view match, uh is a different animal. It's some of the stuff, you used to work around the loop on these house shows. You'd get a lot of great spots for your pay-per-view matches, for your television matches, whatever. You'd get a lot of great stuff, and you can add that in, but you would take some of it out. Was the difference between a TV match and a house show match is look at a house show, the agent tell you go out there and go about 12 minutes. So you got 12 minutes to do whatever you want, and you can entertain and wrestle and do whatever you want. You know what I mean? And on TV, they go, okay, you got 5 minutes. And when the bell rings, you got three. You got to go and you start running. And a lot of look, that's the reason that some of the TV matches aren't very good is you don't have time to get involved in them. You don't have time to get invested in them. And the minute you see, because look, they're trying to fit 3 hours worth of crap in a 2 hour in a 2 hour bag. You know what I mean? And that's every week, and understandably so. Like you're getting your product out there, right? You want to push it, but yeah, it's two totally different worlds. Live event match, you can take a bump, roll out of the ring, go lean up against the thing, talk to the fans. You know what I mean? Like when a TV match, You're coming down the ramp and that bell's starting and you got to get moving because you got to keep that viewer. You got to give them something visually sticky to watch. You know what I mean? So how am I going to start this match out? What are we going to do? Start with the heat? Well, how are we going to do this? But you got to grab that viewer's attention and make them stay tuned for your match, or else your ratings are the crap and they go, hey, you probably shouldn't be on TV anymore.